The following contains spoilers for The Simpsons Season 36. Now streaming on Hulu, The Simpsons made some pretty wild changes to their established canon in Season 36. The Simpsons has always enjoyed the benefits of having a flexible continuity, which allowed for personal growth and character arcs, while also allowing the characters to retain their static ages or tweak their backstory to fit into modern times. So long as the characters remain faithful to their core personalities, these retcons usually fit well into the framework of the show. Season 36 made a lot of these kinds of changes, updating lots of elements about Springfield's history and how the Simpsons family fit into it. Some of these changes impact the origins of characters like Maggie and Fat Tony, while others pose potential answers to long-running questions, like how Homer has never been fired from the nuclear power plant. Here are the biggest changes to the history of Springfield that occur across Season 36 of The Simpsons. Sideshow Bob has a new wife in The Yellow Lotus, which is a departure from the character's previous appearances in the show. In The Yellow Lotus, The Simpsons encounter Bob while he's on vacation with his new bride, Tasha. The family initially fears that Bob intends to kill Tasha, but it turns out that Bob genuinely cares for her, a revelation that only comes at the end of the episode when Tasha reveals she's mentally unwell and pushes him off the side of a cliff. It's a funny Sideshow Bob gag, but it also ignores Bob's two previously established love interests, the Italian Francesca from Season 16 and the kindly Cassandra from Season 31. Bob even had a child with Francesca, with the pair teaming up with the rest of Bob's family to kill Bart in Season 21's Funeral for a Fiend. Season 36 makes more reference to Bob's brief marriage to Selma in Season 3's Black Widower than to Francesca, suggesting she will not be as important to the history of the character. Played by Hank Azaria in both appearances, Nick Callahan was introduced as a minor character in the Marge-centric storyline from Season 9's Realty Bites. A successful realtor at their office, Nick came across as a forgettable inhabitant of Springfield before returning in The Yellow Lotus. However, the character is almost entirely different in his new form. Retconned into a con man who used a timeshare pitch to scam Homer and Marge early in their marriage, Nick is a minor antagonist in the episode who preys on Homer's ineptitude. Despite being confronted by Homer and Marge, he is unrepentant for his actions. Nick even doubles down on his new negative personality and retcons him into a more aggressively bad person. This is likely because Nick is killed when an otter in the water is driven into a frenzy by Bernice Hibbert's medical drugs, allowing the episode to kill off someone in their The White Lotus parody. The sliding time scale of The Simpsons was repeatedly modified during the course of Season 36, especially when it came to Abe Simpson. While earlier seasons of the show have depicted him as a soldier, a farmer, and an aspiring musician, Abe is recast in Shoddy Heat as a private investigator in the 1980s. While many core elements of this concept align with the character's history, it does change some big things about Abe's past. This change places Abe in his prime in the 1980s, a period when the original The Simpsons shorts were airing on The Carol Burnett Show. The sliding timescale has always been at play in The Simpsons, with Season 36's Bart's Birthday drawing attention directly to how it impacts the continuity of the show. This new Abe story still remains true to the character, however, showcasing the sacrifices Abe was willing to make for the sake of his son by halting his investigation into Burns if the billionaire promises to always give Homer a job. One of the other big reveals of Shoddy Heat is the discovery that Abe had a short-lived love affair with Agnes Skinner. The central mystery of Shoddy Heat leads to many flashbacks to Abe's previous work as an investigator, including a case where Agnes approached him and his partner about investigating Mr. Burns. Agnes slept with Abe during this period, while also enjoying a relationship with Burns. By the end of the episode, it's revealed that Agnes had been conspiring to turn the men against each other so she could get Burns killed and then inherit his fortune.